Hey, what's going on there, guys? Cloud of Truth here with some more Battlefield 4 Beta gameplay for you all. And for today's video, I'm going to be comparing, or rather, I should say, talking about the two carbines that you gain access to here in the Battlefield 4 Beta, the AK-5C and the ACWR. The reason why I didn't say comparison, or rather took my own words back, is because I'm not going to be doing a statistical breakdown that this weapon has this kind of recoil, this one has spread, or bullet speed, or anything like that. I'm going to be very much limiting myself in terms of talking about statistics and rather just talk about the weapons and their performance on the battlefield, because let's be honest here, performance on the battlefield is really what matters. Stats on paper, they tell you, or they give you indications, but in terms of their actual use and your own personal findings, it doesn't really matter. It's all about how the weapon performs for you on the battlefield, and that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about here today with these two carbines. Now, real quick, I do want to say right off the bat, I am not by any means putting either one of these weapons down. Both of the guns are fantastic weapons to be used across all kits, and you can make an argument for either one of them to be better than the other. So just let's get that out of the way. Both weapons are flat out phenomenal and overall really, really good weapons to use here in the Battlefield 4 Beta. Starting off though, we have the ACWR that you're seeing here. And I will throw out one statistic, and that is, as far as I know, it is the fastest shooting weapon in the Battlefield 4 Beta at 880 rounds per minute. That's pretty blinding fast. It's almost as fast as the AEK 971 we have in BF3. So you know that this weapon is very much it can throw a lot of bullets down range. But one of the things you can see there, it's a little bit harder to get those longer ranged shots. That's one of the things about the ACWR, that just because of the fire rate, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Whereas the AK-5C you're seeing here, its fire rate is only 700, making it a little bit easier to get range kills. Because when a weapon has higher fire rate, that you guys know this, its recoil amounts are amplified just due to the amount of bullets being thrown out of the gun and the recoil with each one. So it really kicks up more when you have a higher fire rate weapon as opposed to a slower one like the AK-5C, which allows you, like I said, to maintain better accuracy when it comes to range and get those range kills. But with that AK-5C 700 RPM, that isn't just Ultimax 100 slow at 500 and was it 80 or 90? It's absolutely abysmal. It allows you to still maintain close quarters. I guess you could say it allows you to stay competitive in close quarters. 700 isn't really that slow, so don't be afraid to take the AK-5C like this up in these kind of smaller areas here on Siege of Shanghai and these close quarters engagements. And I once again make a new PC mistake, and I'm still using my mouse scroll wheel, which is something that I'm really trying to break the habit of. However, it's just ease of use to use that as opposed to the keys, and I scroll too far oftentimes when I'm playing Engineer and end up pulling out my RPG instead of my pistol like I did there. But like I said, the AK-5C probably going to be a little bit better for range, allows you to have a much more controllable carbine. Now, the ACWR, when it comes to my overall personal thoughts, for me is the one that I have found to work the best for me when I've learned to burst fire this weapon correctly. You're going to see a couple of shots here. Some of them not right away. I think I get a couple more close quarters kills, but you're going to see a few of them, which if you learn how to burst this weapon and if you will just listen to how I shoot the gun, a lot of times you'll see guys that just hold down the trigger, or even if you're someone that does it yourself, learn to burst fire. Holding down the trigger, especially with the ACWR, is not a good option. I can see right there that may have been 1 or 2 bursts to take out that guy, and that was pretty close. That's pushing kind of, I guess you would say, short-medium range. But when it comes to the AK-5C in regards to that type of range, I have found that if you hold the trigger down with that weapon, not by any means suggesting or recommending that you do that, the weapon seems to maintain a little bit better accuracy than the ACWR, and you can kind of get away with those full auto moments more with the AK-5C as opposed to the ACWR. So if you're somebody that has a bad habit of holding down the trigger a lot, the AK-5C is a weapon that I'd probably recommend to you over the ACWR. You're most likely going to find that it will perform better for you, but if you're someone who is very, very good when it comes to mastering weapons, you can understand recoil on the battlefield when it comes to usage of them, and really know how to burst fire a weapon and very, very quickly understand its uses, then the ACWR may be the better weapon to choose, just because of the higher rate of fire. But that's not to put the AK-5C down though. It's a fantastic range carbine, and definitely a usable and gun that I'll probably use more across all the kits here in Battlefield 4, because that 700 RPM allows you to keep up in close quarters, and the lower recoil and just feels like a slightly better accuracy at range allows you to pick fights with assault rifles and even increased accuracy in the LMGs, and even win some gunfights, which you may have to do if you need to stay alive, especially if you're the last man in your squad. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts down below which one of these carbines that you prefer, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.